stations.
Eskom says plans are underway to keep the lights on. It has signed new supply contracts. It has also roped in Transnet to transport coal from Medupi Power Station to the affected stations. Eskom has been using diesel to keep the country powered, but the cash-strapped power utility says this is unsustainable as diesel is expensive. 11 out of 15 power stations have insufficient coal stockpiles that would not last over 20 days, while 5 of them have less than 10 days supply.
There was a budget for diesel. The energy regulator, NERSA, had given us an allowance, I think, of about 1% of our energy factor should be coming from diesel, and therefore we are within our means. But because we've been using a lot of diesel, especially in October, and even now as I speak to you, we still continue to use a lot of diesel. We are going to exceed the target that the regulator has given us, and clearly it means that we're going to exceed our budget. And therefore, which is why we're saying this is not a sustainable way. We will have to make sure that we get coal as soon as possible so that we can keep using that one, because coal, just like nuclear, is relatively cheaper than having to use diesel.
Energy analyst Ted Blom says Eskom's crisis is not a surprise. He says he predicted the shortage more than 10 years ago, but says the power utility failed to invest in new capacity. He also blames a board that has limited experience with regards to energy matters.
Eskom consumes more than 10 million tons of coal a month. So you can't play around. It's not a Mickey Mouse game where you can play around and forget to do things and so on. It's got to be run as a precision utility, and this has not been happening. And that's why we've seen these disasters one after the other. And this one will not disappear in under 5 years. This is a real problem. And I foresee that we could have blackouts, rolling blackouts on and off for the next 5 years, because even the 14 contracts that Eskom is currently negotiating, they're all patch jobs. It's not one new coal mine that's been developed as a consequence of that. So that's all piecemeal patch jobs. It's not the real answer that's required.
Eskom has called on Blom to take to authorities the allegations of corruption by some of the power utilities employees receiving kickbacks from suppliers by rigging coal purchase prices. SABC News, Johannesburg.